I found myself in a crappy situation a couple weeks ago. I was in between moving locations because I'm a retired guy who's got a couple small businesses that keep me afloat. And at 46 years old, I've been living this retirement dream of most Americans for at least the last 10 years or so. So, in my travels and in moving around the world while running small companies remote, I had bumped into and met on several occasions Kevin Samuels. Now, we were we were always joking about things, and it was interesting because wherever the action was at, this man was at. And, I traveled around to, different music festivals and things in between Atlanta and Miami and just all this type of stuff. Always running into the same dude. Very cool cat. Through a situation that happened with a relationship, I ended up finding this guy on YouTube. And I was like, whoa, he's got a show. And I started listening to his show. And as a white guy, married to probably the most gorgeous black woman I've ever met or even seen in my life. I didn't know they made women this beautiful. I married that type of woman. And she was very much a modern woman, and I am a Gen Xer who comes from a generation that understands both of you guys, understands the modern women of today that are the millennials, and also understands the older generation from me, which is Kevin Samuels, which is seeming to come across these days as a little bit on the side of maybe not always politically correct and maybe a little chauvinistic, but that's kind of how things were back in the day. And these young women that have approached him on his medium and have talked to him about their relationship issues are going to somebody who is older than them for wisdom under that guise, but not accepting said wisdom. They're combative. They don't want to hear it. They step up with questions saying that they can't find a good guy or whatever, and they just don't want to hear it. And Kevin goes into all of this over the series of hundreds of videos. It's fantastic stuff. I was becoming a severe fan. I started writing some material. I know people. We were going to put together a media package, maybe look at doing a show with a guy the next time I saw him at the next event. And I found out 14, 15 days later, or after the fact, when I was actually trying to see where he was going to be. I was going to put this package in front of him and see if we could get together on a show. I had a great idea that could maybe bring his great values and viewpoints from his rigid and rough angle and working it in a manner that is a little bit more acceptable and a little bit more pleasantly placed before the younger generation, to give them more of a floor plan that is acceptable and relatable to the current day. So, the show, it broke my heart to hear that, this would be something that we couldn't build on something that was a legacy. And then I see these other videos consequentially talking about Kevin Samuels. And guys, I didn't know this man in the matter of fact that, we were hanging out at his place and playing pool or something, or we went out of town on guys' trips together on Bible retreats or something. We were best friends growing up or whatever. This is a guy that I just ran into on quite a few different occasions, and we just hit it off. We had great conversations. Sometimes they went on for quite a while, the whole night sometimes. But this guy had this charisma to him, and he was always trying to outdress himself. He was just so stylish that I knew, when I first met this guy, I was like, man, this dude is something special. I'm gonna have to step up my game. Like, and I am usually like the best dressed in the room for a white guy who's not really white, to be honest with you. That's racist as hell. My family lineage is like German, Austrian, and Cuban, and black, actually. So, you know, I married this absolutely gorgeous modern black woman. It didn't work out. And I could see the conflict, her train of thought, her brainwash. The brainwashing that went on was just so horrible and detrimental to her own thinking that it just thwarted her. It stopped her from going any further. And we were at a breaking point all the time. We were always at ends in a relationship because here she would talk the game like she wanted to get leveled up, if you will, but not be willing to do any of the work in order to do that, or work as a team in order to do that. And modern women really need to hear from modern men that are, let's say, in Miami, or let's say in our bougier neighborhoods and areas from around the United States, the top dogs, the upper echelon of men. It's like these women these days, most modern women, are trying to compete over a fantasy character, something that doesn't exist. It's crazy. But the work that Kevin Samuels put in is something that I think we were all robbed of. He was going in such a great direction. We could have really made some changes to the way that people think before it's too late, because there's a growing number of single people and there's a growing number of world issues going on every day where people are having to deal with stuff like the pandemic. And you shouldn't have to deal with that stuff alone. You need to deal with somebody who you want to lay down next to and that you love and that you trust and is going to take care of you. Someone who's going to protect you no matter what happens to the dollar or the stock market or to their career. They're always going to look out for you. They're always going to put you first. It's going to be about you. That's a good man. That's a great find. And these women are holding out for something they think exists, but it clearly does not. And I hate to break it to you guys, but I'm going to have to break it to you because Kevin and I were going to do this show and bring this complete paradigm issue to light and hopefully change the culture. But he's gone now. And I'm gonna do this show. I'm gonna do it. But for those that are stepping on his name and dirting him, whatever. You're dirtbags. If you hate the man because he told you how it is and you're uncomfortable with it, maybe you should look at that, for which makes you so angry. For all of us as people, we have these deep-rooted cultural problems in our programming that keep us where we are. These things are things we truly believe to be true, and they're most of the time not even true. I hate to say it, it's just most of the time they're just not true. It doesn't matter how racist you are, a baby is a baby. And if that baby's hungry, you're gonna feed it, and you're gonna do what it takes to keep that baby alive. And we forgot how to do that with our own family. We got parents that are just so into themselves and so damn greedy that they just sit around and they lather themselves in money, and they would do anything to just backstab or talk shit about their children. That's the type of generation that my friends and family that are in my generation are dealing with from our parents. Bastards. God. Parents got softer over time. The kids got smarter. They did, but they got lazier and they got heavier, and They've got all types of health problems and anxiety issues, and, they can easily be converted into communists and not give a care. They just want to be fed and go on like sheep. Is that what we want from the world? Do you always need to be told exactly what you want to hear? Because I could tell you that, and Kevin could, of course, told you that. He could have gassed you up so much. He wasn't saying it to be confrontational. He was saying it because it made you confrontational. It made whatever he poked you with that pissed you off, that was something that you really need to address. Like, if it wasn't true, it wouldn't piss you off. If it wasn't even close, if it wasn't a perceived truth, it wouldn't piss you off. So many people are shitting on this man, and let me tell you, in history, he will get the last laugh on all you haters. Every single one of his videos will be seen on some type of paid media channel. Thousands of years in the future, there will be quadrillions of dollars revenue generated that will go to his lineage and his kids and kids' kids, and everybody who ever even looked at the man will be taken care of like they were blessed by God directly. So don't you worry about his finances or what appeared to be his finances. Don't dirt the man like that on when he died or whatever, that he didn't have 20 billion in the bank or whatever. That's just dirt and that's filth, and you should be ashamed of yourself because you can't take it with you. And the smartest high-level men of the world, they're barely skating above the poverty line, but they live all over the world and they're having the best time of their lives. And I know because I'm one of them and I hang out with them and we do epic and historical shit daily. And it just is what it is. I don't mind wearing my Prada tracksuit to the farmer's market or jumping out of a plane with it because I've got to wear it. I've got a limited amount of space in the suitcase. Ibiza's next. You women are looking for something you can't find. You think my friends want to hang out with you? What are they going to do? You want a $3,000 belt. They got a $3,000 budget on the trip. They're not going to buy you a belt. They're going to come with me on the trip. It's going to be 2 weeks of paradise in Spain. And catch me on Facebook. Catch me outside. Kev, if you're out there, and somehow, some way, you influenced a lot of people, man. If it wasn't for you and listening to the stuff you said through your YouTube channel, I wouldn't have had the balls to walk out on my chick after like 5 or 6 years. I was just like, you know what? This is pretty damn deep programming. This is gonna be too problematic. There was just too much confrontation. It was just too much. Bullshit was way too much. This is going to be one of those things that at first people are going to hate it, but they're going to have to accept that whatever it is you truly hate, you need to deal with those demons, because that's not smart. Stop being so damn emotional and start getting out there and contributing something. Be something. Be something with yourself. That's what Kevin's message was. Kevin was trying to get you younger women that are all goo-goo gaga over Russell Wilson, the one guy who's got Sierra on his arm. Let me tell you something about Sierra. That woman can dance her damn ass off. You don't think that she can fuck his damn brains out like he ain't never seen it in his damn life. That woman is an absolute stallion of a woman, and she is a beast, and any fucking guy in the world, in the history of the world, would never leave Sierra. So good luck with that shit. Good luck with that. Now, I hang out with some of the richest guys in the world from time to time, as Kevin did. they love to have guys that are retired like myself with a little bit of military past experience / law enforcement past experience to kind of hang out with them when, go overseas or whatever, and you gotta roll through some Spanish countries. Maybe you want to buy some pot or something, who knows? Or you want to, just make sure that your taxi driver's not trying to take you out somewhere so 20 cartelis can whip your ass with pistol butts and demand ransom out of your family before they skin you alive and eat you in front of dogs that eat your bones. That, those types of dudes that have that type of money, that type of stuff would happen to, kind of like to hang out with people like myself. So, because I know how to brawl and throw down, and it would just... You don't want to bring me to Mexico. I'll run a cartel in 2 weeks. I'm that type of dude. So, anyway. And there's lots of us. Over testosterone, we didn't all die in Normandy. Some of us got passed up on generations and stuff, and it doesn't really matter what social media is about and how good cell phones are these days. It really doesn't matter. Because there's a lot of us out there that are not trapped in that Instagram social media world. Kevin Samuels came at you guys so real that I promise you all the trash and filth that you're saying about him now, you will rescind and you will cleanse your mouth of, and you will swear under God that you were wrong about that man 10 years from now. You should probably listen to him right now and change your shit. Get your shit together. Like, for you women out there that are really pissed off, you should go back and listen to every damn word that man said. If you have any questions about that, I have no question whatsoever that the Kevin Samuels vision will continue in some manner. It's going to happen. I will fund it if I have to. I will take it there if I have to. But, he just got started, man. That was just the beginning of something that's going to be just absolutely crazy. And crazy in a good way. Sure, he's going to make tons of money from it, but besides that, it is going to make an absolutely huge change in the culture, the hip-hop culture, the young culture that I grew up in as well, coming from Miami. I know about these things. I know about the trappings and the misleadings and the lies. I've been on both sides of the coin. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Kev was super fly, could pull any chick, had enough dance moves, smelled like a cosmetic department, was just whippy and funny and alert and always checking everybody in the room and moving and shaking. This guy was a mover. He was legit, dude. He was cool. And we will figure this out. So Kev, rest in peace.